coding masterclass with Claude AI. Here we go. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I personally have been able to code a fully functional app with every functionality you can think of and sell it to a client for 3.5K. Yes, that price is not something crazy when it comes to apps, but it's good money. And when you can do it simply with Claude AI or any, mainly Claude, then it's really good. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I did it. And if you don't know me, I'm Chef Xcode and I have been building automations, building apps, websites, chatbots, everything you can think about in the AI space and make a living with it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. By the way, I'm not gonna have a webcam in this video because I'm running low on battery and in 1 hour I need to go to the airport to Barcelona. So really crazy content coming in, but yeah, I cannot have a webcam today. So sorry about that. Okay, so firstly, we're going to deep dive into the two models that Claude is offering to us. I'm on the paid version. It's way better. It's only 20 bucks, so I would highly encourage you to buy it when you're going to code with Claude because it gives you more capacity and all of the benefits. So I would highly advise you to buy it. And we're going to deep dive into Claude Opus 4 and Claude Sonnet 4. What is the comparison? Okay, so Claude Opus 4. On par or above GPT-4 in intelligence and reasoning. Claude Opus 4 scores higher on nearly every academic and professional benchmark than GPT-4 and Gemini 1.5. It's of course best for coding tasks, large code bases, understanding app architecture. Of course, that's why we are using it and not, for example, GPT or DeepSeek. It has the longest context window, can process entire code bases up to 200k tokens. This is what I love about Claude. It has a really big context window and you're gonna see in a minute. Better at logical reasoning, planning or multi-file projects. For example, you can give it an entire SwiftUI screen file plus design brief and it will generate modular clean code with extensions and reusable functions. This is crazy. Like Claude AI or Claude, I'm always saying Claude AI, but it's maybe we can call it only Claude. It's really powerful. But what about the Claude Sonnet 4? Also really good, and we're going to use this mid-tier model. Claude Sonnet 4, also really good and efficient. Mid-tier model, it's cheaper and it's faster than Opus. It's still, of course, very capable. It handles some minimum complex tasks like CP, also apps, UI layouts, or error fixing. It's, of course, it's like the lower version, so it's best for day-to-day development, and it's especially if you're not building some huge and complex apps. You can chat more quickly without long processing times. So use this when you're iterating fast or debugging smaller pieces of your app. So now you know which models to use. And now we're going to talk about Claude. Okay, so what is even Claude and how does it function? Claude is a family of advanced AI models. This is really important to know. And it's developed by Anthropic. And the Anthropic company is founded by ex-OpenAI developers or engineers, you could say. It's trained with a unique method called constitutional AI. Makes the model more helpful, harmless and honest. Claude is really winning when it comes to coding, at least for me. So now we're going to compare Claude 4 with GPT-4 from OpenAI and with Copilot, GitHub Copilot. So firstly, as I already said about the Claude 4 is it has some, of course, understanding. It's best for long structured prompts. It has 200k tokens of prompt context. Speed is kind of slower, but it's really powerful. It's a little bit more expensive. Style is calm, conscious, precise, professional, I would call it. Use case, of course, large scale dev work, so some development and stuff. Coding capabilities, best structured code. So you should use Claude 3 Opus when you're building a full app and needs help across multiple files and logic layers. This is what I'm doing right now with my app. And you want the cleanest, most modular code. Use Claude Sonnet when you're irritating or small features or debugging something fast, as I already said. And what about the GPT-4? When to use this? Is it completely useful or is it completely useless or not? I mean, in my opinion, GPT-4 is solid, but a bit more verbose and slower with technical tasks. I use ChatGPT mainly for day-to-day tasks because it's better for creative prompts and writing. And then we have the Copilot from GitHub, and it's great for code completion in the IDE, but it's not intelligent. It doesn't understand your app's logic, and it's just a fancy autocomplete tool. So there you have it really quickly. And now let's deep dive into the coding itself. All right, so now we have gone over the tools and we're of course going to use Claude AI. And you can see I have also here lovable, bold type new, and cursor. Why do I have these? Well, as I talked in the last video, lovable and all of these vibe coding tools are already dying out. If you want me to make a video on them, of course I probably will, because it's still good to know how to use it for really fast use case or for some demos for clients, but it's dying out because yes, here it says create apps and websites by chatting with AI, but in my opinion, if you just chat some words, you can never get a final product. This is just my opinion. You have to know some basics of code, and this is why you're watching this video. So I have also made some other videos, for example, building a simple app in 6 minutes. You can watch it in my channel. Just in these 6 minutes, you're going to see how to code with it, how to understand a little bit of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and boom, you're ready to code way better things than with these auto or vibe coding apps. So we just got that out of the way. For this video, we're going to be working in Xcode. It's for iOS. If you want, I'm going to do an Android version. For that, it will be Android Code Studio. For now, let's do an iOS version. So you're going to find Xcode, you're going to click, and here you're going to do download. But of course, firstly, we can talk a little bit about what Xcode is. It's a really easy, for me at least, tool. It's something like a Visual Studio Code, but mainly for Apple. You can read a little bit here, but it's just super simple, to be honest. Like Swift, the Swift language is super simple. It's way easier and more organized for me than all the other languages. I just understand coding with Swift. So let's get straight into it. All right, so now I'm going to go a little bit slower for everybody to understand, to get it right, because sometimes when I watched some tutorials, people were really fast and it was a mess. So if I'm going to be talking slow or anything, you can always put the speed up on 125, so I'm a little bit faster. Hope that helps, but for my watch time, that would not be the best thing to do, but whatever you like, you can do it. And let's get straight into coding the first app. I already have Xcode downloaded on my PC, so I'm just going to open it. And boom, already code. This is not what you're going to see. This is my app that I'm building right now, and we can have a look at it. So if you do Command R, it's going to run. It's going to say replace your app, and you're going to always hit yes because you want the newest version. Now here you can see it's building, installing, building complete. Now it's just installing the app to iPhone 16 Pro, which you can choose here. Boom, and now it opened the app. So this is a demo version. You may have saw the first versions in the past videos, but it's progressing. I'm progressing with the visuals, but still really a demo version. But yeah, it looks better, and it even gets you to some web, and you can. It works. It has some functionalities. So this is what we're going to try to recreate with our coding skills with Claude AI. So yeah, you can see it's a functional app. If you want to log in, boom, you click this. It asks you if you want to register. You do open, boom, and you're here, and you can fill your name and everything. And boom, we have Xcode how you should see it after you install it. You're not going to have anything here, but that's completely fine because we're just going to create our first project. You're going to click here on create new project, click the plus, and now listen carefully. You need to do exactly as I do it. So here in the multi-platform, you're going to click iOS, application is going to be app, and then you can hit next. Now product name can be, for us, it's going to be test 1, and organization identifier is going to be com dot, we're going to do here the name test 1. Interface should be SwiftUI, language Swift, testing system Swift, testing with XC test UI tests, and storage should be none. Going to hit next. Now you're going to do new folder, going to name it exactly as your app, so test 1, create, and create. Boom. So we have the basic done. We have the basics done. Let me click it to full screen, and now we should see our simulator right here, we're straight up in the content view file. This content view file is everything that you're going to see in the app, in the actual app. So here you could basically say that here you're going to code what you're going to see. Everything else is going to be probably the backend and all of that stuff. So boom, we have hello world, and you can see that if I change, for example, this globe or anything, I'm going to change the text, is going to change here. So I think you get the point, and let's get straight into coding our app. All right, so now we gotta do the prompting. We gotta structure the prompt first, and we gotta of course think about what we're going to build. So let me think about something. I want some app. Let's say I want the app that is going to display the Apple products, simply. So normally we would type something like, make me an app, something like the App Store for maybe, I don't know. But this is not the way to get the best prompt, to get the best results out of your prompt. So let me show you how to structure your prompts. Alright, so I accidentally clicked it, but this is how you should structure prompts. High level instructions, so you're an expert in iOS developer, blah, 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 blah. Then you should do the context. I'm building an app that does X, Y, Y, and then output format. Give me a Swift code with comments or without comments, whatever you like. So first, we're going to replace this, or maybe we can say that you're an iOS developer in Xcode. Then for the context, we're going to say I am building an app that will display products such as iPhones, MacBooks, and more. Boom. And yeah, we're going to say, give me an Swift code with comments and walk me through the process, plus give me the file structure. This is really important. Boom. And this is so important because now you have an coding expert with you. Boom. So if you do it like this is the prompt, really simple. Let's save it, and now Claude will code for us, and it will also walk us through the process. So now it already gives us the file structure, and it's giving us this looks like maybe content view, or oh no, this is complete implementation here. Okay, so it's giving us the code for the app. Boom. Now it's going to code, for example, here we can see the product, iPhone 15 Pro. This is why you need to know the code a little bit, you know. Here we have iPad, boom. So you got these whole blocks is all about the individual products. So this is the product, as you can see. And now Claude will take some time and it will code the entire thing for us. But first, we can actually look at the structure. So we got Apple products app. Ours is named test1, but it's okay. And then we got to do all of these files, and you got to navigate through this. So everything that goes like this, so everything that goes under this, basically you can think of this as this blue one, the blue folder. I wouldn't call it that. This is our settings. We won't be using this in this video, but then you got this main folder, I would call it, which is this, and under this you can see, boom, we got one folder called app, one folder called modules, one folder called views, one folder called view models, and then extensions, and then resources. But under this blue one we have this one file. You know it's file because it doesn't have this. We have this file called apple product app.xcode proj. So I'm going to just copy this simply like that, and I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to do new empty file. It already says Swift, but we're not going to use Swift in here. We're going to do Xcode proj. So boom, we have another one. We're going to keep it right here. And now let's do the individual folders. Boom, Apple product app. So I'm going to just copy this one, the name of it, to Command C. And if we see, boom, it should be this one. This is already done here as test one, so that's okay. And here we got to do a folder called app. So simply right click, you're going to go new folder and just name it app. Boom. Now here is the sub files in the sub folder. So Apple product app dot swift. So we don't have to do the dot swift because it's already in Swift language. So we're going to go with new empty file and just copy it here. Boom. First new file. Then we're going to go with content view dot swift, but we already have this, right? So we're just going to go back and we're going to go here and move it into this folder. Boom. Simple as that. Now let's find the Apple products app. So I'm going to delete all these comments. I'm going to go back here and boom. Let's look at the code. Apple products app.swift main app entry point import SwiftUI. Boom, easy. So I'm just going to copy all of this. Sorry, just this, because you can see here the new file starts, and I'm just going to paste it here. Simple as that. And now I'm going to go with models. You can see the folder, it's called models. So I'm going to again right click here, do new folder, models, boom, and boom, and I guess you know the drill. It's called product category.swift. You can see it here. If we go here, models, boom, product category Swift. Also, it's this one. So I'm just going to copy that. Boom, I'm going to go new empty file and just do it like this. Then really, really fastly just copy this. Probably ends, yes, boom, it ends here. Delete the comments, boom, paste it. And this is how you build your app. Of course, there's going to be some debugging, some problems, some errors, but this is essentially how you build the app. You just follow Claude AI, follow the structure, and you should be good. And if you have any problems, what you do, you just say, for example, if I would have a problem like this, maybe right now it's not a problem, so wait, let me go here. So for example, delete this. Now the view is not going to be working. It will have an error. You see? Error like this. What do we do? So if you have an error in your code, you just simply screenshot the code with the errors. Just go to Claude AI, boom. And you say, I have this error in content view. If it doesn't have the code, which the content view code, which it has because it just created it, we are going to, of course, paste the code. So let me do that for it's going to be more clear. I have an error in this code. Boom, paste it, send it to Claude, and now we're going to receive a new and without error code. It already says I can see the error in your code, blah 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 blah. This is incorrect. It has to have the sum view because I deleted it. So now fixed content view Swift. It has the sum. It even says us where the error was. So change from view to sum view. We're going to copy it, go back to Xcode, remove, paste, and now it should work. Super simple. Now we got another error and we would go back and forth because of course you first need to do the whole structure. You know, you cannot expect it to work when you have half of the code. But this video is not about how I code and all that stuff. If you want a full walkthrough of how I build an app, we can do that 100%. So write it in the comments. This was just like a masterclass on how to code with it, what is best, or what AI is best to use, and how to move with Claude AI. We had some error handling, we had how to do the Xcode, everything. So I believe you should be able to code your some simple apps right now. If you don't, just leave it. If you have some trouble, just DM me on Instagram, Shefik_Solich, or here in the comments. I'm always here to help you guys. And yeah, hope this video was good. And yeah, see you in Barcelona. Bye bye.